When the river speaks to me, I know that I can minimize suffering in life if I'm aware of the joy that I experience. So this is like my big main thing that I came, and now I'm going to talk about how I got to that point. So I looked out across the river flowing through the alpine meadow with tall grass swaying in the shade of the great pines and realized my thoughts were quiet in awe of the true natural beauty I was experiencing. So that's a little quote or an image, picture I'm painting from one of my backpacking trips in the Sierras. And I really like those trips because I'm able to center my mind a lot because I don't have to worry about school, societal things, money, or anything. It's just you and nature. So that's my original thought. My thoughts were quiet. Basically, I was experiencing a lot of joy, and once I was able to sit back and realize I was experiencing that, I was genuinely really happy. So while having money in life is good, I don't want it to be my main goal. I want to put being happy first. So I'm a strong believer in enjoying your life and experiences and not getting too attached to material things such as, oh, I want to buy this next car, or oh, I want to buy a house, and all that. I found that little moments of peace and joy in your life, if you are aware that they're happening, can make you very happy. It does not take a lot to be happy. All you need is to be able to sit back for like a split second in a moment and realize, wow, this is really awesome, you know? You just need to focus on all the positivity around you. Like, it could just be a nice neighbor or something like that. You're like, wow, hey, that was really nice of them. You know, if you're able to recognize that positivity in the moment, then your life will appear much more positive in the long run if you're able to identify those positive moments. So what I've learned is not to put money or work over friendships and experiences, and found some of the best things you can do in life are for free. To find true joy and happiness, you should search for joy in all the little things in your life. If you can fully appreciate a beautiful sunset or a great conversation with a friend, then you can truly be happy with your life. That's what I've learned about that. So now we're going to get into my own personal truths. So my intro is, we may not be able to achieve the perfect pleasure life that the Buddha had when he was young. If you remember, he lived in a palace and he saw no pain. It was just whatever he wanted, all the woman, all the food, everything. It was just the perfect life for him, and he knew nothing better. But we're still able to reach a mindset that will allow us to have hope through hard times and enjoy both ups and downs of life. I think that we can still have an almost close to perfect in our own sense of life. So while your life may not seem like the perfect pleasure life, it will still be perfect if you're able to keep positivity up, basically. So my first truth is that life will always turn out okay in the end. Seek for the silver lining or light at the end of the tunnel. So that's basically what it is. So while you might go through bad times and things like that, if you're able to recognize that, hey, this is temporary, just kind of like we learned in some of the Buddhist teachings, is that everything in life is temporary or impermanent. So all the bad times they're not going to last forever. You know, something good's going to happen eventually. Same with all the good times. It's not going to be good for forever, and something bad will happen eventually. That's just how life goes. And if you're able to accept that, then you can be a lot more peaceful in your mind. Your life can be its own version of perfect if you're able to let wants and jealousy go and practice non-judgment to negative experiences. So that ties a lot in with the first one. So if you're able to like let go of like a want of like, oh, I want to buy this new thing, or wow, I really wish I had that. If you're able to let go, or like even wanting like, wow, I really wish that didn't happen, or I really wish like my mom didn't die or something like that, then and you're able to just say, wow, I mean, that happened, but if you're able to practice non-judgment, basically, then you can have your own version of a perfect life, because that's just life. It's your life, and you can't change it, and your life is what you make it out to be. It's what you created it to be. If you're able to be happy with that, I think you can have your own version of a perfect life. My third truth, not quite related to the first two, is material things can lead to happiness, but in themselves bring no happiness. So while like wanting things is not necessarily, okay, that kind of contradicts my first one, but while wanting something is not necessarily bad, wanting something to just want it, I think, is definitely what the bad thing is. But wanting something because of the joy it will bring you, or from an experience you can actually get from wanting that thing, I think that's okay compared to wanting something just for the material thing, but instead of wanting something for the purpose it will serve and the experiences it can create. So my final thought about all of the stuff I just said is you got to keep your mindset positive and focus on experiences and friends, and you will have a great life. If you're able to, just keep your mindset positive through the hard times, then your life will be great, because you won't feel as bad during the hard times, and you'll feel really good in the good times.